A stage figure by Margaret Steele Anderson. A thing of flesh and blood? Not so. Yet who you are I do not know. A paper sword, a pasteboard flame, I know I cannot find your name. Whatever you are, 'tis not of earth, nor did high heaven give you birth. A marionette your mother? Well, but you were Syrian by Ariel. Autumn by Margaret Steele Anderson. Tainted with death? When the taint is sweet, as if God took the essence of life and burned them in a brazier at his feet. The smoke of them ascending rich and rife to please his nostrils. What of man beloved to your deep bosom, and would have a spring as bright forever? He who made you both knoweth your beauty for as fair a thing, like that of one who long hath been a wife and mothered man, as piercing as a knife, and rich beyond all myrtle imagine. Beatrice by Margaret Steele Anderson. Vision of light above triumphal car, vision of guidance, star of every star, enthroned saint within the great white rose, follow we, the book at last to close, and see again while sun and stars grow less, a little girl in little crimson dress. Childless by Margaret Steele Anderson. Up to the little grave with blossoms kept we went together, and one hid her face and spoke aloud the boy's dear name and wept. The other woman stood apart a space and prayed to God. If only I, she said, might keep a grave and mourn my little dead. Courage by Margaret Steele Anderson. I thank thee, life, that though I be this poor and broken thing to see, I still can look with pure delight upon thy rose, the red, the white. And woe so dark may only mean my neighbour's fields so fair and green. I thank thee that my soul and I can fare along that crescent sky. Yet am I weak, ere I be done. Give me one spot that takes the sun. Give me ere I uncaring rest, one rose to word on my breast. From Sudden Death by Margaret Steele Anderson. Roses about my way and roses still. Oh, I must pick and have my very fill. Red for my heart and white upon my hair, and still I shall have roses and to spare. My child, I'll save thee thorns, dear little friend, this is the end. So long the road, so lone the road and grey, my bleeding feet must travel many a day, with not an inn where I may stop and rest, with not a roof that claims me for its guest. Hush, the road vanishes, yes, yes, poor friend, this is the end. O Lord, let thou thy servant go in peace, now I have rounded out life's perfect lease. Spare me the clouded brain, the darkening eye, nor let me be a burden ere I die. Or shalt not he, nor even know, old friend, this is the end. Imagination by Margaret Steele Anderson. With the old gods thou walk'st mid the leaf and bloom of ancient morning and of light. Thou diest with Christ and with a nailed thief that dies upon his left hand and his right. Here thou descendest into hell, and then to the last heaven dost take thy road sublime. Thine hostilities, the secret souls of men, thy servants all the fleeting things of time. In the Dawn by Margaret Steele Anderson. At night it is not strange that thou art dead. I give thee to the stars the moonlight snow. But when desolate I lift my head, and thou art gone at early morning, no. Lost Youth by Margaret Steele Anderson. For a friend who mourns its passing. He took the earth as earth had been his throne, and beauty as a red rose for his eye. Give me the moon, he said, for mine alone, I will reach and pluck it from the sky. And though life dost mourn him, for the day has darkened since the gallant youngling went, and smaller seems thy dwelling place of clay, since he has left that valley tenement. But oh, perchance, beyond some utmost gate, while at the gate thy stranger feet do stand, he shall approach thee, beautiful elate, crowned with his moon, the red rose in his hand. Not this world by Margaret Steele Anderson. Shall I not give this world my heart and well? If for naught else, for many a miracle of the impassionate spring, the rose, the snow, nay, by the spring that still must come and go when thou art dust, by roses that shall blow across thy grave, and snows it shall not miss, not this world, oh, not this. Shall I not give this world my heart, who find within this world the glorious of a mind, that wondrous mind that mounts from earth to God? Nay, high the little footways it hath trod, and smite to us when thou art undersod, by its very gaze across the abyss to this world, oh, not this. Shall I not give this world my heart, who hold one figure here above myself, my gold, my life and hope, my joy and my intent? Nay, by that form whose strength so soon is spent, that frail garment that shall soon he rend, my lips and eyes the heavy earth shall kiss, not this world, oh, not this. When this poor world shall not my heart disdain, where beauty mocks and springtime comes in vain, and love grows mute and wisdom is forgot, thou child and thankless, on this little spot, thy heart half fed and shall despise it not. Years shall forgot, through many a world of bliss, not this world, oh not this. Odes of a Boy by Margaret Steele Anderson. Fades the great pyramid, the blank walls fade, and thou, mortal boy, dost walk with me along that groove from out whose deeper shade the nightingale sings living ecstasy, and where thy burial stone so long is set with plaintive lines that tell a day's despair, low now that urn with happy figures fret, which cannot fail but go eternal fair. Yet suddenly the wind of death is blown on all earth's beauty, even at its prime. The red rose drops, the hand of joy is flown, and thou, oh thou art dust this long, long time. Pain by Margaret Steele Anderson. You eat the heart of life like some great beast, you blacken the sweet sky that God made blue. You are the death's head set amid the feast, the desert breath that drinks up every dew. And no man lives that doth not fear you pain, and no man lives that learns to laugh your rot. The white lip smiles, but ever and again God's image cries your horror unto God. And yet, oh terrible, man grant you this, you work a mystery. When you are done, lo common living changes into bliss, lo the mere light is as the noonday sun. Spring by Margaret Steele Anderson. I am a virgin whom no man hath known, and all desire to know. The thick eye of mortal dream and mortal prophecy. Thou desert sphinx with thy grey lips of stone, keep thy poor secret, I have kept mine own. The Angel and the Child by Margaret Steele Anderson. Oh, was it on that awful road the way of death you came? It was a little road, he said, I never knew its name. It is not rough along that road? I cannot tell, said he. Up to your gate in her 2 arms my mother carried me. And will you show me Christ? He said. And must we seek him far? That is our Lord with children round where little bluebells are. Why so my mother sits at night when all the lights are dim? Or would he mind, would it be right if I should sit by him? The Breaking by Margaret Steele Anderson. The Lord God speaks to a youth. Bend now the body to the common weight, but over the wine-clad head was limbs of morn, those proud young shoulders I myself made straight. How shall you wear the joke that must be worn? Lo, thou my son, what wisdom comes to thee, but over that singing mouth, those radiant eyes, those dancing feet, that I myself made free, how shall I send them to make them wise? Nay, when thou shalt resist not, have a care, yea, I must work my plans whose sovereigns sit, ye do not tremble so, I cannot be though I am God to see we so submit. The Church by Margaret Steele Anderson. Still thy garden hath its roots and spices, my Lord, my Lord. Still hath its wells and pools of thy devices, my Lord. White in a stranger soil the lily stands, the close breathes with her rose. Wild feet, mad feet, my lovely paths have beaten, my Lord, my Lord. And sinful lips thy holy fruits have eaten, my Lord. Strange hands have tended me and tended ill, yet thou lovest me, now. So do thy feet offer my waste places, my Lord, my Lord. Walk them till they spring in verdant graces, my Lord. With new trees plant and for the fruits divine treat out while wine. The Dead Child by Margaret Steele Anderson. I believe in the resurrection of a body. How young you are for such lone majesty of silence and repose. That lip was woe to laughter, and that eye, that white cheek to the rose. What age your spirit hath for things to say, if young or young no more, but all for merriment or all for play. That new sweet shape is war, so in his time, to whom all time is known, of flower and wind and steep, shall he not summon you to keep your woe, since he hath made you sleep? The Doctor by Margaret Steele Anderson. O friendly that I never knew for friend, O flame that never warmed me from the cold, O light that never beckoned to an end, give me but once thy beauty to behold. O fate, who never held before mine eyes, or wreath of bay or life's diviner rose, lift up thy face against my sombre skies, and let me see you ere mine eyelids close. Come lighten me as woe those other ways, come conquer me if only for an hour, or beckon me with that shadowy wreath of base, or lift to me that unimagined flower. The Dream by Margaret Steele Anderson. They sing the race is wildly sweet, but woe my harp, or woe shall sing the goal. The distant goal that draws the bleeding feet, and lights the brow and lifts the fainting soul. And yet I know not, is the goal the place I dream it is the while I run a race? We sing the fight, or listener come in bands, but tune by chords my harp to sing the price, that noble price for which the fighter stands, and bites his body strain and agonize. Yet if I knew, oh, is the price so bright, as I have fought it, all this bitter fight? We sing the work where song makes labor fair, but though my harp shall sing the labor's aim, the gleaming light the beauty throned where, that calls the worker onward more than fame. But oh, I pray thee aim be what I sought, and vision ceaselessly the while I wrought. Yet hear me not, watcher of the race, forgive me, O giver of a prize. It is enough, the hope before my face, it is enough, the dream before mine eyes. And this I dare, to think thou hast not wrought, or dream or ardent dreamer, all for naught. The Flame in the Wind by Margaret Steele Anderson. Dost thou burn low and tremble, all but die? And dost thou fear in darkness to be whirled? Nay, flame, thou art mine immortality. The wind is but the passing of a world. The Lesser Beauty by Margaret Steele Anderson. You are the first wild violet of the year. Young grass you are, and apple bloom and spray of honeysuckle. You are dawn of day, and the first snowfall. It is you I hear when the marsh robin calls me loud and clear. Or lonely hill goes singing on its way like some small flute of heaven, or when the grey sad wood dove calls and early stars appear. And you it is within the wayside shrine carved tenderly, and in the folded wings on some neglected tomb, and in the vine and leaf and saint of old imaginings on some forgotten missal, little things we would not barter for things more divine. The Mother by Margaret Steele Anderson. Yes, Lord, I know the child is wine, and in thy house he shall grow up. Nor know the lash of life, nor cup of trembling, as a child of mine. Or I forgive me, is he warm and fed, or does he miss my breast? Or I blaspheme me, but can he rest, and never cry in Mary's arm? The Night Watches by Margaret Steele Anderson. The laurel withers on your brow, victor, very of the race, and you who sit in mighty place, how heavy is your sceptre now, flushed with the kiss your lips have known. Woman, this is your hour to wake, and know that flesh and heart may break, when love hath entered on its own. And you who knew where angels trod, and marked the path for duller eyes, in this lone hour are you still wise? Do you not quail before your God? God to whom the darkest stave, forget not we's the strong, the right, the happy souls for, Lord at night, they tremble in their tents of clay. The Shadow by Margaret Steele Anderson. Get you away, is not a rose a flower, and list with song the bird is in the sky. O foolish one, I know your final hour, I know the very place where you shall lie. Silence, the music in the bridal train. Do you not see the maidens in the white? Along with whiteness, lo, I am the stain, and darken where the Lord of all should smite. Yet leave me, shadow, leave the day dear bought, when with swift one I reaches to the goal. The day is mine, and at the end unsought I ask a runner's body from his soul. Then hast thou all, the beautiful, the brave, nothing untouched, dark visitant of thee. O blinded reason, sweeter for the grave and fair thousandfold because of me. The Shepherd by Margaret Steele Anderson. Thy slender form I think I see in winter hills of Tuscany. Thy slender pipe I think I hear so very faint, so very clear. A lonely reed, it seems to me, to sing thine own simplicity. For thou art but a child and young, how shouldst thou know a subtler tongue? When still a child, I pray we pass, I will not see that with a lass, nor follow we your grass and rock, as thou dost lead some larger flock. I know that little wilding pipe I would not give for one more ripe, e'en glad were I to hear it spent unchanged and woe still innocent. The Sin by Margaret Steele Anderson. That haunting air had some far strain of it, that morning rose have flung it back to met, the wind of spring, the ancient awful sea, bid me remember it. And looking back against the look of love, I feel the old shame start again and sting. Such eyes are love's, they will not ask the thing, but I remember it. So with one dream of heaven I dare not dream, we two in your familiar ways and high, while you and God forget, and even I cannot remember it. The Trees by Margaret Steele Anderson. When on the spring's enchanting blue you trace your slender leaves in view, and do I wish myself reborn to lands of hope, to lands of morn. And when you wear your rich attire, your autumn garments touched with fire, I want again that ardent soul that dared to race and dream the goal. But oh, when leafless, dark and high, you rise against this winter sky, I hear God's word, stand still and see how fair is mine austerity. Whistler by Margaret Steele Anderson. So sharp a sword, so airy it deafens, as 'twere play or delicate pretense. So fine and strange, so subtle poised, to the egoist that looks forever through. My little spirit, air and grace and fire, a flutter at your frame is your desire. Now it is you who never knew to knit, exquisite vein whom we shall not forget. Work by Margaret Steele Anderson. Mine is the shape forever set between the thought and form, the vision and the deed, the hidden light, the glory all unseen, I bring to mortal senses mortal need. Who loves me not, my sorrowing slave is he, bent with a burden gnawing of a rod. But he who loves me shall my master be, and use me with the joyance of a god. Man's lord or servants, that I am his friend, desire for me as simple as his breath. Yea, waiting old and patient for the end, he prays that he may find me after death.